think about strategy for BP and where we're headed. So I talked a little bit about my personal experience when I was in the corporate headquarters office of our unfortunate event in the Gulf of Mexico and the response from the company. And we spent quite a number of years really going back to our roots and making sure that we were ready for the next steps of growing our business. And I'm happy to say that we've turned the corner and we're really now focusing on the future, and what a future we've got, right? So very interesting dynamics going on in the world, changing priorities around the globe, growing population base. When you think about the world's population, it's estimated that by 2040, we're going to have 9 billion people on the globe, and their need for energy is continuing to increase. And as a result, we need to be there providing that energy. But at the same time, we have to really think about the impact of our business on the environment, and we're committed to being part of a solution of a lower carbon future. Our industry, provides energy to the globe, which is important for mobility globally, and we need to do that in a responsible way. So the priorities of BP now are shifting to gas and advantaged oil in the upstream. Natural gas as an energy source has a lower carbon footprint than oil in many applications. And as a result, we think that, gas is going to be a key part of the solution moving forward, and we want to make sure that we're participating on that on the global basis. Additionally, we're really looking at the cost of producing oil more generally and really prioritizing activity where the cost to produce that oil is lower. So the advantaged oil position is really around what the cost to produce is in those markets. In the downstream, we're really thinking about marketing-led growth. So when you think about how value is delivered, you need a transaction to a consumer. And that is our marketing and sales organization in downstream that actually provides those transitions. Every transaction that happens with BP to the consumer is actually handled by a marketing and sales business. So in the downstream, basically, those are our lubricants business. So Castrol is a very large portion of the downstream. We have a petrochemicals business, which provides, petrochemicals feedstock for a growing industry there. And then our fuels businesses, which provide transportation services. And then Air BP, which provides jet fuel to the marketplace. So really focusing on, where there's growth in developing parts of the world and where there's growth in demand is what we're thinking about and where we're pointing investment. Then we're also looking at new ways, new transactions in the energy space and new ways of doing business. So we set up a separate company that's looking at venturing, which is really taking a bunch of small bets on new startup companies, maybe in the biofuel space. We have a new relationship with Fulcrum Energy, which provides a biojet fuel as an example. These companies are small right now, but we want to place a number of bets across that portfolio so that as those businesses grow and we can see which ones become successful, we can place larger bets in the future. And then really thinking about low carbon across, every channel of trade that we actually have, from our supply chain to our energy products, our transportation fuels, all of the ways that we can do to offset, our carbon footprint as a business. And we've made a promise externally to the shareholder community that we will grow our business and stay at the same level of carbon emissions that we have currently. And so we're thinking about how we can most effectively do that. The final area is modernizing the whole group, and that one's a very exciting area as well. So we have, recently made some large investments in artificial intelligence. We're really thinking about the tools that we use to service our manufacturing assets as well as our marketing and sales organizations, and thinking about what the next generation of employee offer in the workplace is, and how do we move our whole company forward into the digital age. Oil companies tend to be, on the back foot a bit on technology changes, and we don't want to be left behind. So we've got a team in place that's really thinking about how do we stay in step with, what the world is moving towards and how we're going to participate.